AI.
Advancements in artificial intelligence cut down rapidly and rich books are flooding Amazon as people turn to AI for getting partnerships have to be made. No one predicted AI to take off this fast.
What can I do for you today?
A topic that has been the center of the internet ever since ChatGPT got released. Ask any question and it'll give an answer right away. Maybe not the one you're looking for, but at least something viable, hopefully. ChatGPT and AI in general, it's something special. You can create so many weird things. You can create images, text-to-speech.
20 minutes into a speed run, and then he will just be like, chat, I can't remember what I'm doing. I forgot what the objective is.
You can create songs as well. I mean, just ask anything and here you go, you have an image of SpongeBob playing Minecraft and eating Doritos. ChatGPT is powerful, but how powerful is it actually and how far can it go? That's why I decided to actually design a game using ChatGPT and see what happens. It can't really go that wrong, right? ChatGPT will be the brains and I will be the employee working 9 to 5 or probably a 24/7 and not getting paid as well. So yeah, subscribe. I don't know what to expect, to be honest, but let's go. Yo, ChatGPT.
Hello. How can I assist you today?
Do you want to create a game with me?
Aight, sounds good, bro.
Nice, nice. Alright, give me a genre with a lot of market potential, please.
Okay, have you ever heard of roguelikes?
Roguelikes. A special genre that can be easily a big or small game, depending on the size of your team. Roguelikes are basically games where you go through dungeon rooms, you collect weapons, items, abilities, and when you die, you actually lose everything. Some of the most popular roguelikes are the Binding of Isaac, Darkest Dungeon, we have Enter the Gungeon, Spelunky as well. Let's take the Binding of Isaac as an actual example. It actually started as a game jam entry and it changed into the game we know today. The game takes place in a dungeon full of rooms. These rooms feature many items, abilities, or other special things. I actually never played the Binding of Isaac, I played it with a friend once with the Steam remote stuff. To me, every playthrough I've ever seen has some totally different items, abilities, and even environments. It's actually pretty insane. I don't know if it's just well designed or if I just have some kind of memory loss. Roguelikes. A special genre? Stupid joke. You can shoot enemies with projectiles, lasers, bombs, and other weapons as well you find in that single run. As far as I know, most roguelikes on the market are third person and in 2D, so let's ask Mr. GPT what he wants.
Let's go with 3D and first person. That sounds pretty sick.
Oh, okay, sure. That's my favorite dimension and perspective, I can't complain. Okay, so now we know that we have to make a 3D first person roguelike, but that's the only thing we know. So let's ask ChatGPT for some cool player mechanics. The first ability Mr. GPT came up with is called Temporal Rewind. It can be used as a strategy to reassess the situation after rewinding your position. You can solve time-based puzzles and it generally offers a risk and reward, because you can try to do some riskier stuff. It's comparable to the ability from Tracer, but you should see it more as a limited resource. The second mechanic was spatial manipulation. This one is a bit more complicated. In simple terms, it's a bit like earthbending, where you can raise walls and manipulate terrain, but it's a little bit different. You can find hidden rooms by manipulating the terrain and find new secrets. Roguelikes should have very specific themes and settings because it will define the whole game, it will give the environment its design. So I asked Mr. GPT and it's actually a lot of stuff and actually pretty interesting as well. I actually got Steampunk Time Exploration and the setting is the Clockwork Citadel. The setting should consist of clockwork chambers with structures from different time periods. Also temporal anomalies, which are some kind of disturbances, contraptions, which are pressure-powered, gear-driven traps, and also time paradoxes, which can present moral dilemmas and impact the narrative. Okay, but what about the art style? I asked Mr. GPT and he wanted a magical realism style with Victorian influences, together with aesthetics from steampunk and clockworks. Okay, that sounds pretty cool, but I can't really visualize it. So to get a general idea, I actually asked Mr. GPT to give us a game that looks like the art style.
Hey, sorry, George is sleeping right now, so you are stuck with me? I think Dishonored is a pretty good reference.
Okay, the game looks pretty interesting right now, but we don't know about any weapons and we don't even know what the enemies are. So let's just ask him. Yo, Mr. GPT, how do we defeat our enemies?
Hey, I will be replacing Peter. We have temporal disruption attacks that slow down and freeze enemies in a specific radius. We have temporal rift projectiles which creates rift upon impact and weakens the defenses. We have time-delayed explosives which have short fuses. We have manipulation combos, combining the rewind and spatial manipulation to perform combos by luring in the enemies. We also have temporal snares, which are booby traps that distorts time and disintegrates enemies when the snares are touched. We have Chronon blades, which are time-infused blades that age and disintegrate enemies. We have temporal disintegrators, which are ranged weapons emitting beams of temporal energy. And for the last ability, we have chronomancy rituals, which can create cataclysmic events.
Yeah, sure, why didn't I think of that? But what about the enemies? Mr. GPT gave us 6 enemies that could be present in our game. We have Clockwork Guardians, which are basic and durable soldiers. Temporal Phantoms, which are spectral entities that are resistant to normal attacks. Temporal Manipulators, who possess their own abilities. Steamtech Snipers, who have their steam-powered snipers. Clockwork Spiders, who are fast mechanical spiders that can climb and shoot projectiles and webs. And also Temporal Aberrations, which are twisted beings mutated from the unstable temporal energies. They possess unpredictable abilities like teleportation, shockwaves and other things. How would you call this beautiful little creation? Chrono Machinist, the Time-Forged Citadel. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool name. Pretty catchy as well, to be honest, at least the first part. It's a pretty cool idea. I don't know if AI will ever be an integral part of the game development process. I feel like it can be like a companion where it helps the game dev, but I feel like AI needs a game developer to actually do the stuff. Anyways, if you really enjoyed the video, subscribe.